How you doing, guys? Today is another Liquidstate bartender profile. Today I'm down here at Scalini to interview the first of our lady bartenders. So we have Svetlana here today. She is the bar manager in charge of this venue and also with Bulldozer Group. So let's get in and have a chat to her about all things bar related.
I'm Lana and this is my bartender profile. So my name is Svetlana. The most of people knows me as Lana. I'm 28 and I'm from Russia. I've been in Dubai for over 6 years, so somewhere between 6 and 7 for a moment. So my career in hospitality actually started accidentally. I was just looking for ways to live from Russia, and I found myself in the middle of Dubai in one of the hotel bars. Actually started as a hostess, but lucky enough for me, there wasn't any reservation system in that bar. So one day I was spending at the floor, another day behind the bar, so I started loving it, and that's how it all started. I'm a Dubai-born bartender. To be honest, the actual bartendering I started learning, I would say, in Hakkasan, Dubai. So before that, the hotel bar, it wasn't something real bartendering, I would say. It's more about customer experience and understanding how Dubai works and which type of customer there is. But yeah, I think the first professional bartendering I started in Hakkasan. After Hakkasan, I joined GQ Bar, and to be honest, I would say that was the most memorable and kind of the best time behind the bar in Dubai, because back in the days that was a hospitality hangout, and the team was just amazing. The owners weren't given a lot of pressure, so to be honest, we were doing the things the way we wanted. After GQ, there was unsuccessful or unlucky experience with the Tre Bar Roberto's, but also it taught me that you need to think twice before changing the job. And then from Tre, I joined pre-opening of Partizan by Nateka Pinkyori, where that was the place which I opened as a bar manager first time, which honestly the biggest part of my heart stays in that place, again, due to reasons of the amazing team which we had on board. After spending about a year and a half over there, I moved to open Le Cirque in Ritz-Carlton, Dubai. Unfortunately, that project been taken over by the hotel, and I started back in the hotels, and I really didn't want to go back in the same system because it's absolutely not my style of doing the things. So for the last couple of months, I've been bar manager for Bulldozer Group, and there is a couple of more exciting openings on the way. There's a couple of differences between standalone bars and the hotel bars, especially in Dubai. I think with the exception of Hendrix, there is no any single, I would say, known or successfully run hotel bar in Dubai. I think it's due to different reasons. From one side, the hotel marketing is not spending enough attention to fight with the marketing support of standalone places. The second reason is the salaries in hotels are about half of the amount which you can get in the standalone restaurant, so staff is not that motivated to work there. Also, the so expected the 5-star service in the hotel, you don't get that high standards if you would compare maybe with London or Paris or New York. So the highs of my career, I really enjoy to see the results of my trainings. The lows of my career, for sure there were, but I'm always trying to look at the positive side and not to remember the shitty days. My biggest inspiration for any cocktail I create, as simple as that, is actually classics, because don't try to invent the moon. You have the universal formulas and just twist in each and every ingredient, and here's your new drink. What I like to do, I like to take each and every ingredient in the drink and try to combine or blend ingredients from the same family. Let's say you think Campari, but on the same side you have Campari, Cynar and Aperol. So why don't you try to give the more dimension or some new combination just by using the same family? I had kind of evolution of my favorite cocktail. So back in the days when I wasn't working behind the bar, and I was about 16 or 17, I was really enjoying the sex on the beach. Well, that's true. By the time I start getting involved into bartendering, so it's well, caipirinha, daiquiris, Bloody Mary, and then as it's going step by step. So now it's a boulevardier, and it's, to be honest, it's my all-day drink. Yeah, boulevardier all day long. Well, shall I say, as everyone, bullfrog? Shall we even call it a cocktail? I just think that there is the whole bunch of cocktails back in the days, which is considered as a certain classics for a moment, which I don't really see the reason why. Later I got an order for monkey gland cocktail. So from one side, I'm not a gin drinker, but also on another side, it's once I made it for a guest. In my perspective, it was absolutely undrinkable. So my spirit of choice is whiskey or tequila. The whiskey for the reason that I would say it's one of the most diverse spirits, because it's up to the region you choose or the country you choose. So the whiskey is going to be totally different flavor profile. And for me, the whiskey is the drink of the mood. So sometimes I really feel like just having something neater on the rocks, so go for some very peachy single malts. Sometimes I feel like just having JD and Coke, which most of the time. And bourbons are shining when you make an old fashions with that. And tequila, first reason what I learned back in Hakkasan days is that tequila is the spirit which doesn't get enough appreciation from the guest side. And actually every time when I do the training for the staff or when I'm talking to the guests sometimes, if you're just saying this to them that for tequila to come from the agave plant to your table in the shot which you're gonna have, it actually takes unbelievably long time. It's amazed them and it's amazed me, you know, how much passion is put in there. As much as possible, I'm trying to stay away from energy drinks behind the bar. So I truly believe that you can stay away from Red Bull or any other type of energy drinks. And there is always an option of, I don't know, espresso martini, if you want to wake someone up. My favorite bar in Dubai it got shut down yesterday. I can't say I have just one favorite. There's a couple of great places. We have guys in West Lodge who do an amazing job, who are just upstairs. Zuma, guys in LPM. So in Dubai, your favorite bar is defined if you have any friend bartender working there. From international bar, I would say the last one I visited, so it was Central Station Boutique Bar in Beirut. Well, I like Central Station because we've been really taken care of, and 10 out of 10 drinks which we tried over there, it was just on point, well balanced, interesting ingredients, and the whole cocktail menu is a solid concept. Well deserved top 50. First of all, it's pretty tight community of bartenders. We try to hang out together as much as possible. Luckily, we have enough trainings, seminars, competitions happening with lots of free booze. It's very diverse, so behind the bar you also can find different type of people, different type of mentalities. And the most important for me, it's full of legends. The guys are just super creative and super fun and talented. Dubai customers overall can be very picky. From day to day, it's a different experience. Sometimes you have super open guests who is keen to try something new. Sometimes you have people who just doesn't want to listen. Well, like coming closer to 2020 and Expo, which everyone is talking about, it's a ridiculous amount of places opening in Dubai, and the same amount of places are closing. If I would be the Minister of, I don't know, Hospitality or Economic Development of Dubai, I would introduce the quota for the amount of places, let's say restaurant, bars, because in Dubai, everyone who has money can actually drop this chunk and open something for them. Each new opening want to be bigger and better than something which already exists and successful. Simple example, Zuma. Another great option is focus more on the homegrown brands rather than trying to bring big names from abroad. and make it succeed just because of the big name without proper market research? My perspective on that, yeah, it could be great. It could be a nice boost, not being tied up to the hotels and again to five-star names. I would say Dubai investors to think not twice, think 3 times before opening the new venues, and maybe to deliver more quality concepts. Because if it's gonna keep going the way it's going right now, we're just gonna find ourselves in a situation that majority of places just half empty. But in the last year, I think it's a common opinion for majority of bartenders that the market getting diluted and the salaries freeze a bit. The most valuable lesson, shut up and do your job. Teamwork is extremely important, especially in such a small couple of square meter space. I learned how to not to keep any disagreement inside me, so I learned how to come and actually discuss the problem with the people. I learned that sometimes we agree to disagree, that also works. Another thing, it's impossible that everyone is wrong and you're the only one who's right. My advice to bartenders who just starting his career, yeah, for the beginning just work hard and zip it. Learn from other people's mistakes, but as we all know, you have to hit your forehead first to actually learn for it. Don't expect your manager or your colleague to come to you and teach you something. You need to self-motivate yourself and learn how to do it. That's something which I like to observe more rather than participate. I'm just totally losing myself speaking in the front of the people, so I don't know. Okay, there is plenty of competitions happening. I really like a couple of the last one with Glenfiddich involved because it's rather on bringing something unique and modern. But overall, what I don't like is the tendency of focusing on the social media promotion rather than the actual flavor of the drink and the presentation. For me, honestly, the competition, the winner has to be whose drink tastes the best and who did the best presentation. Well, if you compare it with the chefs, the thing is that existence of chefs and the different types of cuisine are much longer than bartendering and different bartendering trends. So I think that by now we're kind of getting over of all the trends which were existing. After all that, the bartendering and actually going back to basics, I think that now it's on the way when what's most important is the flavor of the drink. And I think right now it's getting into the right direction. It seems like a trend for a moment, but I hope that that's gonna be the direction forward, because we all saw the pictures and the videos how much rubbish are in the sea or somewhere on the coast. So it seems like a trend, but I think that we're smart enough to make it a standard. But no, I'm always asking, even on interview, the bartenders, why you decided to be a bartender. You know, what do you like about being a bartender? Well, it's happened accidentally. If now looking back in the days, I think it's been decided before for me, because if I remember myself as a kid, I could never wake up early. I have to wake up in 2 in the afternoon. I can't fall asleep till the morning. Then, if you look at my family, we have pretty special relationship with alcohol. So my grandma, was actually distilling alcohol in her little village. And myself, being a 5-year-old girl, I was dreaming to open a nightclub in one of the forgotten buildings in my hometown. But yeah, I think I'm the only one who made it from unhealthy habit into career. Our job is giving you limitless possibility for everything. Yes, for travels, yes, for meeting new people once again. It's unlimited knowledge you can get. from the side of the spirits, from the side of ingredients, and also unlimited creativity, because you can just constantly create something. Thanks everyone for listening. I'm Lana and that's my bartendering profile. For more interviews like that, go to theliquidstate.co.uk and follow it on Facebook or Instagram.